Triple H breaks a newly introduced tradition in WWE for John Cena, major rumored plans for WWE SmackDown, WWE announces Crown Jewel 2025 outside of Saudi Arabia, what's next for Aleister Black's booking, CM Punk announced for a major project outside the WWE, Pat McAfee breaks a major WWE rule, the Wyatt Sicks have left WWE SmackDown, WWE adds more members to Seth Rollins' new faction, Cody Rhodes' big comeback date leaked, The Rock replaces Triple H as the head of creative. Let's dive right in. Major rumored plans for WWE SmackDown. The next WWE SmackDown promises to ignite the Blue brand's path to Backlash 2025. A confirmed clash between Aleister Black and The Miz is set, with stars like Randy Orton and Jacob Fatu also slated to appear. Let's dive into the sizzling rumors swirling around this week's show. Number 1. Tonga Loa and Hikuleo could bolster the bloodline. Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu currently anchor the bloodline, but Tama Tonga's injury has left the faction shorthanded. Whispers suggest Tonga Loa, who's been on hiatus, and Hikuleo, a reported WWE signee yet to debut, might storm SmackDown. Imagine the chaos as Hikuleo's first appearance and Tonga Loa's return fortify Solo's ruthless crew, tipping the scales in their favor. Number 2. Uncle Howdy could sabotage The Miz. The Miz faces Aleister Black in a long-awaited WWE ring return for Black. A shocking twist might unfold if Uncle Howdy interferes, costing The Miz the win and handing victory to the ex-AEW star. Both Black and Wyatt Sicks embrace a dark persona. This shared vibe could spark a storyline, with Howdy's ambush laying the groundwork for thrilling new arcs on SmackDown. Number 3. Chelsea Green might walk out. After losing the Women's United States Championship to Zelina Vega last week, Chelsea Green's frustration could boil over. The storyline might see her dramatically quit WWE, setting the stage for a temporary exit from the Blue brand spotlight. Number 4. Nia Jax and Naomi could forge a female bloodline. Nia Jax and Naomi, both tied to the Bloodline family, might unite after Naomi's recent defeat to Jade Cargill. Envision this duo forming a fierce female bloodline, amplifying their dominance and giving Triple H a bold new faction to unleash on SmackDown. Number 5. Nick Aldis might suspend Damian Priest. As SmackDown's general manager, Nick Aldis strives to keep the peace. With tensions flaring between Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre after Priest's attack on the Scottish Warrior, Aldis could ban Priest from the show. This move would not only separate the rivals but also serve as a sharp consequence for Priest's actions. Breaking. WWE announces Crown Jewel 2025 outside of Saudi Arabia. WWE has rocked the wrestling world with huge international shows, especially in Saudi Arabia, where Crown Jewel has been a massive hit for 6 years straight. But now, the game's changing. WWE just dropped a bombshell on Instagram an hour ago, announcing that Crown Jewel 2025 will take place in Perth, Australia on October 11th. This follows TKO's cryptic hint about an Australian takeover after Elimination Chamber 2025. Imagine the electric vibe as Perth hosts this epic event, fresh off the success of Elimination Chamber 2024. Fans are in for a wild ride, as new men's and women's Crown Jewel champions will be crowned. The SmackDown on October 10th and Raw on October 13th will also light up Perth. It's going to be a weekend packed with jaw-dropping action and surprises. What's next for Aleister Black's booking? Aleister Black stormed back to WWE on SmackDown, and the wrestling world can't stop talking about it. After ruling AEW with his chilling House of Black faction, alongside Buddy Matthews, Brody King, and Julia Hart, Black's return to WWE has everyone guessing what's next. The House of Black was a big deal, even with spotty appearances, so will Black form a new group to take over SmackDown? WWE legend Teddy Long weighed in on the Wrestling Time Machine, hosted by Mac Davis, saying Black doesn't need a crew and should fly solo to show his true power. I would put him by himself if it was me. I would put him completely by himself. You don't need no group of people. You don't need no bunch of people around him. Black's raw talent and dark aura have wrestling fans and pros hyped for what's coming. On the same episode of the Wrestling Time Machine, veteran journalist Bill Apter shared his excitement about Black's big return to WWE. Black is back, and he makes a very intimidating presence. I am looking forward to seeing what they are going to do with him. Will Black go it alone and dominate, or build a new faction to shake things up? Whatever's next, it's going to be a wild ride. CM Punk announced for a major project outside the WWE. CM Punk will return to the silver screen, but not to fight Seth Rollins or Braun Breaker. A new trailer for an upcoming TV show has been released, and he's featured in it. The Second City Saint has appeared in multiple films or shows throughout the years. WWE superstars starring in movies is something that has been happening for a very long time, and it doesn't look like it's going to stop, as Liv Morgan recently landed an acting role. CM Punk is set to appear in SYFY's upcoming undead horror series called Revival. SYFY recently released the trailer for the new show, and wrestling fans can easily spot the Raw superstar in the clip. The synopsis for the series reads, "On one miraculous day in rural Wisconsin, the recently deceased suddenly rise from their graves. But this is no zombie story as the revived appear and act just like they once were. When local officer and single mother Dana Cypress is unexpectedly thrown into the center of a brutal murder mystery of her own, she's left to make sense of the chaos amidst a town gripped by fear and confusion where everyone, alive or undead, is a suspect." The Scottish Warrior and the Second City Saint had a memorable feud last year, which concluded in a Hell in a Cell match. The bout was won by CM Punk. Drew McIntyre spoke to High Performance and commented on whether losing the match bothered him. "From a character perspective, I was okay with it. If anyone's been following our show, with Drew McIntyre, the journey that I've been on, I was the #1 good guy, world champion, all that jazz, and was wronged in a lot of ways by certain people who were bad guys at the time. Then these bad guys became good guys all of a sudden for no particular reason other than they took a vacation," said McIntyre. Both stars are now on different brands and are feuding with other people. Their feud won the Slammy Award for Rivalry of the Year. Pat McAfee breaks a major WWE rule. Pat McAfee stirred up trouble on this week's Raw, possibly breaking a big WWE rule. It's unclear if he'll face any consequences. Even though Raw's been on Netflix for a while, WWE still clamps down on certain words. When the crowd chants curses, those get muted or censored, though not always perfectly. This has been a pattern for months, showing that Netflix hasn't loosened WWE's strict language rules. But McAfee threw caution to the wind on Raw, dropping multiple curse words during the broadcast. He didn't just slip up once, he went all in with profanity. This bold move caught the attention of wrestling veteran Vince Russo, who called it out, saying that even during the Wild Attitude Era, such language was avoided and unnecessary. Only big names like The Rock and Cody Rhodes, during his feud with The Rock, have dared to break this rule before, and even they kept it rare. McAfee's choice to unleash curses while targeting Gunther stunned viewers, though Netflix quickly censored the words. The Wyatt Sicks have left WWE SmackDown. Over the past few years, WWE has welcomed some game-changing factions. The Bloodline reigns supreme, but groups like Damage Control and the Judgment Day have also left their mark. Every year, new stables shake things up on Raw and SmackDown, and 2024 was no different with the arrival of the Wyatt Sicks. This spooky 5-member crew, Uncle Howdy, Eric Rowan, Nikki Cross, Dexter Lumis, and Joe Gacy, has kept fans on edge. There's even talk that Alexa Bliss might join them, though that hasn't happened on TV yet. The group was set to call SmackDown home, but a few clues suggest Howdy, Gacy, Lumis, Cross, Rowan, and maybe Bliss have already ditched the blue brand. Late last year, WWE rolled out the transfer window, letting general managers Nick Aldis, Adam Pearce, and Ava swap stars between brands. During this shakeup, the Wyatt Sicks were moved to SmackDown, first hinted at in a chat between Karrion Kross and The Miz, then confirmed by WWE. But here's the kicker. They've never shown up on SmackDown. Months have passed since the announcement, and not a single appearance. At first, an injury to Uncle Howdy might have stalled things, but word is, he's healthy and ready to go. Their no-show on SmackDown makes it seem like they're not sticking around. Something curious happened on the latest Raw. During a quick backstage moment, Logan Paul walked by a screen promoting Raw that suddenly glitched out. Sharp-eyed fans spotted the word Alexa flickering in the chaos. Sure, it could have been a random tech hiccup, but that seems unlikely. The Wyatt Sicks are famous for these eerie disruptions, and the name Alexa feels too perfect to be a mistake. It's almost like Alexa and the Wyatt Sicks are hinting at a big return to Raw, maybe even setting up Bliss officially joining the creepy crew. The Judgment Day, born on Raw in 2022, started with Edge, Damian Priest, and Rhea Ripley, but now it's a whole new squad. Carlito, JD McDonough, Finn Balor, Raquel Rodriguez, Liv Morgan, and Dominic Mysterio. Liv, Raquel, and Dom are holding gold right now. Last year, buzz was heavy that the Wyatt Sicks and the Judgment Day were destined to clash, especially after Finn and Dom's betrayal of Damian and Rhea seemed like the kind of thing the Sicks would target. That feud never kicked off, but reports keep saying it's in the works. For that to happen, both groups need to be on the same show. With all this talk, it's looking like the Wyatt Sicks are headed back to Raw, leaving SmackDown behind. WWE adds more members to Seth Rollins' new faction. The wrestling world is buzzing about Seth Rollins' new crew, and WWE legend Teddy Long thinks it's about to get even bigger. Under Triple H's creative direction, Rollins, known as the Visionary, has teamed up with Paul Heyman and Braun Breaker. At WrestleMania 41, Heyman pulled a shocker, turning on CM Punk and Roman Reigns during their triple threat match to side with Rollins. The very next Raw, Braun Breaker joined the duo, making the group a force to be reckoned with. Now, Many are betting that Triple H's team will beef up this dangerous squad with new faces soon. On a recent episode of Sportskeeda's The Wrestling Time Machine, host Mac Davis got Teddy Long's take on the new faction. Long praised Heyman's know-how, saying he's the perfect guide for Breakker and even Rollins. Well, I can say that they made the right decision with Heyman. I mean, he's been around for a long time, he knows this business in and out. So, I think he'll be a real big help to Braun Breakker, you know what I mean? Seth pretty much knows what's happening and what to do, but he can also use some advice, from time to time, he said. Long went further, predicting that Triple H's crew has plans to expand Heyman's group with fresh talent. And I think Heyman is there for a good reason. He can give them advice, he can do a lot of things that will help them in the ring, and so I think it's a good combination. And I do think that they're gonna add other people. You gotta start this all slow, and as we move along, let's see how it works. And I think they will start adding other people, Paul will have a stable, he added. What's next for Rollins, Heyman, and Breakker's crew is anyone's guess. But wrestling veteran Bill Apter believes a former champion could soon join the Visionary squad, shaking things up even more. Cody Rhodes' big comeback date leaked. Cody Rhodes has been missing from WWE screens since John Cena ended his 378-day title reign at WrestleMania 41. The American Nightmares fans are desperate for his return to the ring. While WWE hasn't shouted about his comeback from the rooftops, they might have quietly spilled the beans on when he'll show up next. John Cena's set to defend his title against Randy Orton at Backlash 2025 in Orton's hometown, hyped as one last time. This focus on Cena and Orton makes it clear Cody's taking a well-earned break, with his post-WrestleMania plans still a mystery. WWE's website seems to be dropping hints, listing Cody Rhodes for the SmackDown after Backlash, hitting the Greensboro Coliseum in North Carolina on May 16th. That could be the night he steps back into the spotlight, speaking to fans for the first time since his crushing loss and kicking off his quest to take the title back from Cena. After WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas, Cody was gutted, leaving with his wife, Brandi Rhodes, and staying silent backstage. Lately, he's been spotted chilling with family and snapping pics with fans. For nearly 2 years, Cody's been everywhere, every show, every premium live event, every house show, carrying WWE like a true leader. But after his WrestleMania defeat, he's finally taking a breather. Wrestling veteran Stevie Richards on his Stevie Richards show said, pulling Cody off TV was a smart move to keep fans wanting more, rather than letting them get tired of him. I think the fans will start to miss him, and that's exactly what you want as a babyface. Like I said the last episode during the special about Cena and other people, Ray when he got hurt, there's such a thing as wrestling too much before something like WrestleMania, and there's something about not wrestling enough. So right now, Cody has been really featured over a year, maybe 2 years, counting the chase. But what I look at is, we need to make him go away for a little bit before the fans tell him to go away. And that's why I think it's perfect for him not to be on TV, he said. With WWE teasing Cody's return on SmackDown after Backlash, the wrestling world's on edge to see what Triple H's creative team has cooking for the former champ's next chapter. The Rock replaces Triple H as the head of creative. A wrestling veteran is stirring the pot, claiming The Rock could take over Triple H's role as head of WWE creative. If that happens, Triple H might be powerless to stop it. WrestleMania 41 didn't go as fans expected, especially the shocking finish to John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. Many thought The Rock would make a surprise appearance, but he stayed away, later saying he never planned to show up. He also threw shade at Triple H's booking, hinting he'd have done things differently. On Brodown, Vince Russo dropped a bombshell saying, The Rock's deep ties with TKO could let him shove Triple H out of the creative driver's seat without a fight, thanks to his star power and connections. The Rock's relationship with these TKO people, it's deep-rooted. He's known Ari Emanuel for years. He's known Nick Khan for years. Here's what you've got to understand. This is all just the question of how much The Rock wants to get involved, because the people that own TKO and are running TKO, they are looking at The Rock. This is a bona fide movie star, he went on. This is a guy that the entire world knows. There is value here. Mac, they are looking at Triple H like a wrestler. That's how they are looking at Triple H. Again, depending on what The Rock wants to do, Triple H loses. Because The Rock could replace him tomorrow, like that, if that's what he wants to do. For now, there's no sign The Rock is gunning for Triple H's job, but the possibility has wrestling insiders on edge. Triple H breaks a newly introduced tradition in WWE for John Cena. John Cena's locked in for WWE Crown Jewel on October 11th, 2025 in Perth, but a bold Raw star is ready to derail his farewell. Grayson Waller, speaking on Channel 10 Australia's The Project, first tipped his hat to Cena's legendary status before staking his claim over Australia. This is John Cena's last appearance in Australia, and that's a crazy thing. John Cena is obviously the GOAT. He's a legend of this industry, but he has to remember he's coming to Australia, Waller said. Then, the Aussie icon vowed to cut Cena's retirement tour short if they clash in his home country. This is my house. I run this place. If he wants to come here, he is going to have to go through me. That retirement tour is supposed to finish in December. Maybe it finishes in October because if he comes anywhere near me in my country, I'm putting him out to pasture," he added. Cena's currently rocking a heel persona, a first in over 20 years. After betraying Cody Rhodes, teaming with The Rock, and snatching the undisputed WWE Championship at WrestleMania 41, making him a 17-time champ. On his Grilling JR podcast, Jim Ross weighed in, saying WWE shouldn't rush to turn Cena babyface again before he retires. He has a lot of positive qualities, including being a babyface again, but I think we shouldn't get any hurry on that. He does a great job of representing himself and the brand and the business, so I have a lot of confidence that John's gonna always end up doing the right thing, and the right thing is whatever is right for John, Ross said. Will fans see Cena square off with Waller at Crown Jewel in Perth? Since Triple H took the creative reins, he's been shaking things up. WWE recently confirmed Crown Jewel 2025 will hit Perth, Australia. Last year, they started a tradition of champion versus champion matches at Crown Jewel, pitting Raw and SmackDown title holders against each other. But this year, Triple H might ditch that plan for Cena, the undisputed WWE champion. With only 26 dates left on his farewell tour, WWE seems focused on big storylines or dream matches for Cena, not a routine champ versus champ bout. Putting Cena in the Crown Jewel championship match might not fit his tour's goal of epic showdowns. Instead, WWE could pit him against a heavy hitter like Drew McIntyre or a returning Bronson Reed for the title, giving a huge boost to his opponent. The champion versus champion tradition was meant to make Saudi Arabia shows feel massive, but with the event in Australia, Triple H has a chance to switch things up. This could mean a blockbuster match for Cena that hypes the company and his rival. As Cena's last Australian appearance, WWE will likely go all out. Triple H has been making gutsy calls, and his next move could be a game changer. Cena's had a legendary career, but never won the Intercontinental Championship. There's a solid shot Cena could grab that title before he bows out, making him a double champion and a Grand Slam champion, a milestone long overdue for the icon. With Dominic Mysterio as the current Intercontinental Champion, a feud with Cena could skyrocket Dom's career, even if he loses the belt. Cena holding 2 titles would also fit his heel mission of ruining wrestling for fans. It'll be wild to see if Triple H pulls the trigger on this massive move, which could send shockwaves through wrestling.